Charter School, Prudential, Eastside, Cedars-Sinai, and St. John's Community Health. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that a healthy community is a thriving community.
That's right, baby.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Man, I feel like money. Man, I feel like money. They attracted to me. They come around like honey. They come around like honey. 'Cause I fly like a bee. Man, I got 'em all buzzing. Back to back up in the mix like that. And I know you like it when it's just like that. Harder girlies just love my swag. From my kicks to the way I fix my hat. I'm back. Fresh like some new J's. Brody got next, NBA 2K, I'm 2K. Shaded with some ladies, reppin' my city. West LA, baby? West LA made me this way. 2 rules, stay fresh, homie, get paid. Hey, never broke and never bummy. I'm from where it's forever sunny. And I feel like money. Man, I feel like money. They attracted to me. They come around like honey. They come around like honey. 'Cause I fly like a bee. Man, I got 'em all buzzing. New cat with an old school feel. Only new artist with an old school deal. Taught the game by Steve Lobel. So we always win, don't receive no L's. New girls act like they know me so well, but I shows no love and be like, oh well. When my album drops, sure gon' sell. Stack cash and laugh like L.O. Man, I feel like money. Man, I feel like money. They attracted to me. They come around like honey. They come around like honey. 'Cause I fly like a bee. Man, I got 'em all buzzing.
Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesdays, where we center Black, women, and BIPOC-owned businesses, highlight opportunities and initiatives for underrepresented entrepreneurs, and center socially innovative enterprises, building generational prosperity, fostering real networking, and recycling Black dollars. It's Wealth Building Wednesdays on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's Wealth Building Wednesday, and my favorite thing is occurring. Our guest is in the studio. And so, yeah, we got one of those days today. Lots of folks visiting us live and in person. We'll be talking with Roger Guinvere-Smith next hour. Right now, I am so excited to have the CEO of the premier nail salon in her area. Prioritizes, she says, your safety, comfort, and beauty with a passion for creating a welcoming environment. She is the owner of Contented Nails Luxury Nail Salon. Monique Fisher, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice to meet you IRL.
Nice to meet you as well. How are you today?
I'm good. I think we met in the DMs.
Yes, we did.
we met in the DMs. It sounds nefarious, but it wasn't. It was good. She reached out, and this is what I encourage folks to do. If you want to be on Wealth Building Wednesday, talk to me. I'm at DePrima Radio. We're at KBLA 1580, and you said, hey, I have this business, and I love that because so many of our small businesses do not focus on marketing or getting the word out about their projects. And that's a big piece of it, isn't it?
Huge.
Yeah.
Very huge piece. It's kind of hard, actually to get the word out. And if you're not consistently speaking about it, then you're not going to get it out. And you never know who you're talking to. So it's always good to do it. And even friends and family, even if they don't support the business per se, they can support in other ways by just sharing what you do with other people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. As entrepreneurs, we sometimes don't even start with our immediate circle. I mean, maybe my sister wants to get her nails done, or my mama, since those are the ones that were probably pushing us to start the business in the first place.
Yeah, no. One huge advice I would give to entrepreneurs is don't depend on your family and friends. Do not.
Yeah, that's probably good advice. Yeah, yeah. So your business is actually Nail Parlor. I said it wrong. Contented Nail Parlor. And you really are going for something a little bit different in a nail salon. Tell me what your concept is.
So when I first thought of the idea, it was actually COVID. I started off as a hairstylist, and I just knew like it was enough. Enough was enough. So I decided to open up a nail salon, and it took off. I opened it up with no clients at all. I wanted the vibe to be calm, which is why it's called Contented. The women that we service there are absolutely amazing. And it's just been 4 years and thriving, to say the least. Of course, it can be doing better, but it's thriving. To
Yeah,
say
I
the
mean,
least.
we can always do better as far as growing our business. But when you say calm and when you say luxury, what are you talking about? What can we expect to experience at Contented Nail Parlor?
So we are appointment based, which means everybody has a time slot, and we encourage people to book accordingly so people don't have to wait. I really don't like a salon full of people because it can sometimes be chaotic or people have to wait. I primarily service professional women, so those people don't have time to sit up in a nail salon all day. And when I say calm, we want to chill, have a good service, laugh, connect with each other without all of the anxiety of having to hurry up and get out of there.
Mm-hmm. And I see you do nail enhancements, manicures, pedicures, waxing, luscious lids. What is luscious lids?
Eyelashes.
That's what I thought you meant. So it's kind of a full service nail parlor.
Yes, ma'am. It's a full service nail parlor that me and my husband built from the ground up.
Wow. Why do you say parlor instead of salon?
It's just so aesthetic-y.
I love that. It sounds fancy.
Yes.
It does. It really actually does. And so as an entrepreneur, how can we support your efforts? You said it's thriving, but it could do better.
So more or less marketing, I will say when I started it, I just recently sent my daughter to college, so she goes to Southern. SU, stand up. I went on a rampage as far as like, you need all of these multiple sources of income. So I actually have 4 businesses, but as far as the nail salon goes,
Wow.
Yeah, just more of like marketing is so hard to get the word out. Like social media, that's one way. I mean, I get a couple from social media, but more or less my target audience, which is professional women. It's hard to find them. Like, they say go where they go. And it's like has been word of mouth.
Yeah, a lot of us don't go much of anywhere.
No,
that's
absolutely not.
That's the whole running joke on
You know?
Instagram, right? How you gonna find a man when you don't leave the
How?
house? How you gonna find a nail parlor when you don't leave the house?
Wow.
It's always word of mouth.
Yeah, so that's my biggest form of advertisement. And professional women hang around professional women. So that's how I attract the clients that I do. And they're very high end. I don't have any drama.
No ratchet.
No. Oh, absolutely
No ratchet
not.
activity.
It has to be classy. That's the motto. That's the polka dots. It all stands for class, grace, elegance. Absolutely not. please don't come in with a scarf on. It's like,
Oh, wow. So don't bring your bonnet.
no, ma'am. Like this is like high end, and I want to provide that luxury service.
Can I afford it?
Absolutely. It is affordable.
It's high end, but it won't break me.
It won't break you.
And elephants in the room lately, apparently this is a thing that I am interested in. A lot of us really would like to be at a Black-owned and operated nail parlor, salon, whatever. Was that part of the inspiration, or how does that figure into your business model?
It was, but the crazy thing about it is so many of us don't know that we're out here. And I'm in the heart of Carson everywhere. So if you just search Black-owned nail salon, like I'm there, I get so many people like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you was here. And it's like, dang, what I got to do to get to you?
Yeah. But yeah, I think we assume that it's not a possibility, right? You're on South Main Street in Carson. ContentedNailParlor.com is where we can make an appointment. We can call for an appointment too, right?
Absolutely.
Some people aren't good online. 424-264-5787, 424-264-5787. You even take emails?
I do.
info@ContentedNailParlor.com. As a Black woman-owned business, how does that change the way you move in the space? Because nail parlor, nail salon is not dominated by Black owners in this city, at least.
What I do is just take it day by day. Like I never had like an actual plan. I just go day by day, and it's been working. So for the last 4 years, I just try to provide an excellent service every time. On Google, Yelp, we are 5 stars, and I've been holding it down for the last 4 years. So anybody that comes in, then they have to leave with great service. And I recently just did the producer of the Jennifer Hudson show, and
Yay.
I was so happy. I did her for the Emmys, and that was great.
That's
was
a
really
sign
great.
of that's a sign of things to come for sure. Monique Fisher is with me. She's the CEO of Contented Nail Parlor, and we're going to keep talking when we come forward. One of the things I want to know is, what's in, what's out, what's trending, what's whack, because nails have become more than just a sidebar to our hygiene or beauty routine. They have become somewhat of a mainstay, a movie star on the main stage. So I want to get your thoughts on that and more. You're welcome in 800-920-1580 as we support Black-owned, BIPOC-owned, socially innovative, and small local businesses. That's what we're here for. KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting. This time, we're convening at Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The town hall will once again be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. But you're invited to join us in person for this urgent and necessary community conversation. The theme for this Altadena Eaton Canyon Fire Town Hall is Understanding the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Fund. The primary focus of this gathering is to inform residents about Southern California Edison's newly launched Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program and provide clarity on eligibility and the claims process. There are plenty of questions to be asked, and only KBLA Talk 1580 has the right moderators to ask the tough questions, the right stakeholders and community activists to share their insights, and we have confirmed the participation of corporate executives from Southern California Edison to answer our queries. So be sure to join us at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena, 1497 North Hill Avenue on Thursday, November 6th. The event is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. Light refreshments will be served immediately following the live town hall. This KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Rising Town Hall is brought to you by the Black Freedom Fund.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Monique Fisher is the CEO of the Contented Nail Parlor, and I assume that there's a reason why we don't see as many Black-owned and operated nail parlors and salons, even though we make up a lot of the customers.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure what that reason is. I assume it's because it's a tough business model, and you're competing with so many inexpensive, sort of chaotic spots.
So the world that we live in, we are trying to be more mindful about our health and the things that we put in and on our body. So a lot of people are uneducated about what's going on at those actual salons. And when I get a chance to get them in my chair and I'm able to educate them while removing what's going on from the previous salons, they're like, wow, I never knew that.
Like what? Like, for example, what?
MMA, which is an illegal product often used in dentistry, and they're not supposed to use it, but they use it, and it's a very hard substance, well, an acrylic, and it's extremely hard to get off. So when you go to those other nail salons, they may use like a artificial nail to try to pop it off or break it off because it's very hard. Whereas Contented Nail Parlor, we are soaking the nails off. Even if you have that on, you're just going to be sitting for like an hour, because I cannot just pop nobody's nails off their nail bed. It hurts. So what we use is EMA, which is the right product that you're supposed to use. So we don't have a strong odor up in our nail salon. You have clean products on your nails. It is relatively more expensive than the MMA, maybe like by $50. So it's a huge difference, depending on, of course, the quantity that you are buying for your salon. So people are uneducated now. The people that are looking on Instagram and they want to see the Instagram nails, those people are very, very intentional. So if you came to Contented or you found us, it was very intentional.
Right.
Like you wanted better care, you wanted better service, you wanted your nails to look like they grew out of your skin.
I mean, and honestly, I didn't even know what you just said about that chemical, the dental chemical that they're using on our nails. But I do worry about hygiene in some of those places. You know, I mean, just the possibilities seem pretty creepy.
It is. And I get people all the time that I have to send away. Again, it's intentional. So I have to send them away to a podiatrist because I'm like, I can't do nothing with this because I'm not going to contaminate the product. So for hygiene reasons, we don't reuse anything. The buffers, the pumice stones, the hand fouls, they are all disposable. We throw them in the trash can. Now, I actually ask the client when they're done, would you like your hand foul? So if I'm going to throw it away anyways, you can have it all. Sometimes I even bag up the pumice stone and take it with you. It's yours because I'm not going to use it again. And this just makes my clients feel even more better because if I'm giving it to them, then it's quite obvious I'm not going to use this again.
Right.
The bowls are sanitized, but as an extra precautionary measure, we still line it with a pedicure liner bowl. Hygiene is a very big thing, and it's a very big thing for me. I don't want to catch nothing because I definitely use the same implements that you use. So,
right. So and you can. I mean, you can get all kinds of funguses and weird stuff. Okay. So somebody was asking me in the chat. I'm trying to see if I can still find it about this product that was banned, a chemical that was in the gel nails that was banned in Europe, but we're still using it.
Yes, TPO, trimethylbenzol diphenylphosphate oxide.
Glad you said it. That's why I don't have to.
Okay, so at the end of the day, they're saying that it causes reproductive harm, and it was tested on animals. Like, how long have we been doing this? We've been doing it for so long. I have 2 kids, 18 and 10, and a lot of my clientele have children. So it's like, and I have healthy babies, no birth issues or anything. So I don't understand, like, why do they always come for the nail salons? And okay, fine. If we're going to come for the nail salons, can we point out the difference in between the nail salons? Like, some nail salons don't even use it, like, gel polish at all.
Right.
You know, so can we point out, like, hey, go get educated. You know what I mean? Go to somebody that speaks the same language. So maybe you guys could be able to interact a little bit better, ask questions, because if you don't, then you're not going to know. And the thing is look, I mean, yes, you have nail salons on every corner, but be intentional because it's a part of your health. It's a part of your self-care regimen. Be intentional with where you're spending your dollars because at the end of the day, you do want to know what people are using on you. And if all of these things keep popping up, as far as, let's say, the gel lamp, it's causing cancer. I mean, Jesus, we've been using the gel lamp for a very long time. Now, I understand if you putting your hands in there for an hour. Like, I even understand if you're putting it in there for 15 minutes, but it's going in for 30 seconds at a time. Anybody that's putting your nails in that lamp keep putting it in, 60 seconds here, 60 seconds there, that's crazy. You need to find a new nail salon because they clearly don't care about the health of you. So I honestly think people just need to be educated and, do your research.
Yeah. I mean, I'm reading here it's not even in all gel polishes and that it says apparently keeps it from yellowing, but there's been very limited studies. So the European Union is taking a precautionary approach, and it's unlikely to be banned in the United States. We only have a couple minutes. I got to get to this. What's in style? What's out of style? I mean, people, are on this Lunel nails with all the, jewels. And is that still the thing? Is it Cardi B nails? Is it bigger and bigger and fancier 3D
Absolutely.
and all that stuff is in still?
Absolutely. And I have 2 clients that sits there for 6 hours and get their nails done. 3D designs, chrome. This cat eye is huge right now.
The cat eye is cute. Yeah.
So that's huge.
But they're not sitting there because you take 6 hours. They're sitting there because they want enough stuff done that lasts 6 hours.
Yes.
They have
want
very
very
elaborate,
intricate designs. Like, I had this one woman, and I think I'll show you. And I love her, by the way. She came in with a living room, like different pictures of living rooms, and she wanted me to recreate that. So I had to create each room on her nails.
Wow, that's wild. So the big and elaborate is still in. We haven't moved back to simple and
No.
no. And you don't seem to think it's coming back anytime soon.
I don't think it's coming back, and you definitely have to keep up with it. You have to, or you're gonna drown in this business. Like, you have to keep up with it
as an entrepreneur.
And this lady that I was referencing about the furniture, she hit me when I was new. Like, she literally had tears in my eyes, because I wasn't like, I came in doing like, regular stuff.
Right.
And she's a black lady, and she was like, oh no, we're gonna get you where you need to be. And I'm like, I'm not an artist. And she's like, you are today. And I sat there like literally almost with tears in my eyes, because my pride wouldn't let me turn her away. I was like, I'm gonna do these nails. So it's tough. You have to stay up to date. You have to stay relevant. As long as you can do like a little 1-2, you'll be okay. I just happen to get really good over time.
Yeah, not surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's really nice to meet you. Tell us how we can make an appointment and how we can support you. Contented Nail Parlor, black woman-owned nail salon.
Yes, ma'am.
Parlor.
You could reach my booking link from the website at contentednailparlor.com. I'm on Instagram. You could reach out if you have any questions about the TPO, and I'll gladly answer them and really get into depth on that. I also have a 501c3 called Our Teen Dream, and we give back to the teenagers. Most are overlooked. They give back to the kids, give the toy drive and everything. And the link is also in the Contented Nail Parlor bio. Everything I do is in the bio. So if anybody want to support, then you can just click on Contented Nail Parlor, and then you'll get everything. I actually also have a bakery, and I broke my nails carrying cookie dough.
Wow.
So I'm just like...
Well, you got hustle, and I commend you for it. Monique Fisher, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for reaching out in the DMs. Happy Wealth Building Wednesday. It's the perfect time to call me. A lot going on in the national, international, and the local landscape. Let's talk about it. KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. 25 states are suing the Trump administration over the suspension of food aid during the government shutdown.
100% unequivocally, USDA does not have the $9.2 billion that it would require.
The lawsuit demands the USDA use emergency funds, calling the cutoff illegal and dangerous. Black Dallas principal Chandra Hooper Barnett was removed from Woodrow Wilson High School in Texas after holding a meeting with only black students, blaming them for the school's lower state accountability rating. She later apologized, and the district has named an interim principal while reviewing the incident. And Jay-Z is defending Bad Bunny as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime headliner, saying they love him. Don't let them fool you. Critics, including President Trump, want a different artist. But Jay-Z's Rock Nation and the NFL are standing firm on the Puerto Rican star's selection. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Every day, a child in poverty waits for a sponsor is another day of hopelessness. There are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Just text the word radio to 83393.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
If the Dodgers repeat as World Series champions, they will have to do it in Toronto. The Dodgers' 6-2 loss Tuesday night in Game 4 ensures a Game 6 in Toronto on Friday night. The best-of-7 series is now tied at 2 apiece. For one of the few times in this postseason, Dodger star Shohei Ohtani did not have a dominant performance. He gave up 4 runs and 6 hits in 7 innings of work, and he was 0 for 3 at the plate and struck out twice. A very important Game 5 is at Dodger Stadium tonight. First pitch at 5 o'clock. The final attendance numbers are in from Saturday's Magic City Classic in Birmingham, Alabama. The popular HBCU football game featuring Alabama State versus Alabama A&M drew a crowd of 69,372 at Birmingham's famous Legion Field. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Donald Trump has all but declared war on California, sending in the National Guard, blocking disaster relief, and cutting funds to our colleges. And now, he and Texas Republicans are trying to rig the next election by stealing congressional seats from black voters in states like Texas.
They want to rig these elections, and they want the power that gerrymandering provides.
Seriously, look it up. But Prop 50 is how we fight back. It gives Californians the power to fight fire with fire and beat Trump at his own game. Prop 50 creates temporary emergency congressional maps that level the playing field and protect the power of black votes. Not just in California, but across the country. Your vote matters, and the whole country is counting on California to lead. So use your vote to protect our power, our history, and our future. Vote yes on Prop 50 by November 4th. Ad paid for by Yes on 50, the Election Rigging Response Act, Governor Newsom's Ballot Measure Committee, Ad Committee's top funders, HMP for Prop 50, and Fund for Policy Reform.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Established in 2020 during a time of deep racial unrest across our state and country, the Black Freedom Fund was created to make sure that leaders and organizations working to support Black communities and build power have the resources they need to stay in the fight for the long haul. We believe that those closest to the issues impacting our communities know best how to solve them. That's why in just the last 5 years, we've granted more than $45 million to over 200 grassroots organizations across California. That is the largest collective investment in Black organizing in history, and we're just getting started. We are clear-eyed and committed, more now than ever, to our people, our power, and our possibility. Join us. Black communities and build power have the resources they need to stay in the fight for the long haul. We believe that those closest to the issues impacting our communities know best how to solve them. That's why in just the last 5 years, we've granted more than $45 million to over 200 grassroots organizations across California. That is the largest collective investment in Black organizing in history, and we're largest collective investment in Black organizing in history, and we're just getting started. We are clear-eyed and committed, more now than ever, to our people, our power, and our possibility. Join us in creating a future where Black people harness their full power to shape their lives and realize a just world for all. Learn more at fundblackfreedom.org. That's fundblackfreedom.org. The Black Freedom Fund is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate loses and love wins.
Gotta love that, Monique Fisher. I think she'll be back. She's got four different business ventures, and if you think you would like to be featured on Wealth Building Wednesday, it's one of the ways that we are helping entrepreneurs get the word out. Just hit me up in the DMs, DePrima Radio. The best place is Instagram or TikTok. You could also reach out to KBLA 1580 on any platform. And while you're at it, drop a comment, follow, subscribe, like, don't like, whatever it is. It's much appreciated, that engagement and conversation. So Hurricane Melissa has hit Jamaica. It made landfall yesterday as a Category 5. It luckily, the part of the island where most of the people are, which is Kingston, did not get hit that hard. So that means the airport can be open, can open back up again for flights to bring relief into the country. Right now, this morning, the storm Melissa is beating up Cuba as we speak, and it is still quite strong there on the west coast of Cuba. And more than 500,000 people in Jamaica do not have power. Every single area of the country has roads that are blocked, power lines that are down. Western Jamaica, I guess, was the hardest hit. I've never been to the island nation, but man, I feel for them. I've always wanted to go. Maybe one day I'll get to go. But apparently Western Jamaica was really hit hard because when the storm landed, it was with 185-mile-an-hour winds. I can't even get my brain around that. Like, that's insane. Storm surge up to 13 feet. St. Elizabeth Parish, they said, is underwater. And there's a bunch of families that are trapped inside of their homes. They've got rescue teams out trying to get those families while they're still able to do so today. So pretty much close to a worst case scenario there in Jamaica, and we'll see how that plays out for Cuba. Lord knows Cuba is facing enough hardship as it is, just with the blockade by the United States, where we've decided that we should starve them for the past 60, 70 years. But we're talking significant damage in Jamaica, and praying for them, praying for Cuba. Israel is back to bombing. I say back to. There's been some intermittent strikes and killing of people pretty much every day, as far as I know, every day since the ceasefire happened, the truce, but apparently this is, yesterday was the deadliest day, 100 people dead in airstrikes yesterday. The deadliest day since that ceasefire agreement 3 weeks ago, which has never been airtight, but it seems to be falling apart. The Israeli government said Hamas violated the truce, that they didn't return the bodies of those hostages, the ones that were deceased. And so in retaliation, alleged retaliation, they started bombing again, and 250 people injured there. At least 100 dead. And the president, not surprisingly, says that he supports Israel in bombing Gaza again, saying that it was their right to hit back, and that nothing is going to jeopardize the ceasefire. Okay. If they're firing, is it a ceasefire? Like, ceasefire means you stop firing. Nothing's going to jeopardize a ceasefire except when they cease to cease firing. To me, that's semantics, but that's where we are right now. And I feel like there's always an excuse. There's always a reason. Unless there's a real commitment to peace, I don't see it happening. Unless the president or the Congress or the United States is willing to hold them to account, it's not going to happen. We are their sugar daddy. We pay the bills. We pay the bills for the bombs for Israel so that they can give free health care to their citizens, so that they can have free college for their citizens. We can't afford it for our citizens, but we can pay for their bombs so they can afford it for their citizens. So we are the ones that have the power to make it stop. But it seems like Netanyahu is the boss of Trump and not the other way around. Make it make sense. You're holding the purse strings. You're the president and supposed leader of the free world. We are the big kahuna. We are the ones that give billions every year. So how do you not listen to us? Make it make sense. California Governor Gavin Newsom and Attorney General Rob Bonta have joined those 20 other states that are suing the Trump administration about SNAP, about cutting off the food stamps, the SNAP benefits, because of the government shutdown, which Republicans are trying to distance themselves from, even though they are currently controlling every branch of government. If you control every branch of government and government shuts down, that is your shutdown. Whoever shutdown it is, starting Saturday, there will be no new SNAP benefits. So these 20 states and California are suing over the administration's refusal to fund SNAP during the shutdown. You notice they're not trying to call for donors to keep feeding Americans. I do think the pressure is starting to be felt because now Republicans are talking about trying to come up with some stopgap measure after they've already rejected the idea of using emergency funds. Well, starving Americans is an emergency. So those funds should be used. But I think the pressure is starting to have some impact as Republicans are beginning to scramble a little bit to come up with some, at least spin, because the president building a ballroom for his non-dancing behind while people starve in the United States, handing over $40 billion to Argentina when you promised America first, while Americans who were supposed to be first are last in line for food, it's not a good look. And I think even they are starting to realize that. Oh, and something really hilarious. Bill Esayli, remember him? Sometime Bilal, the guy that played certain and continues to play certain reparation activists. Well, bad news for him. Might be good news for us. I'll share that with you when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
Donald Trump has all but declared war on California, sending in the National Guard, blocking disaster relief, and cutting funds to our colleges. And now, he and Texas Republicans are trying to rig the next election by stealing congressional seats from black voters in states like Texas.
They want to rig these elections, and they want the power that gerrymandering provides.
Seriously, look it up. But Prop 50 is how we fight back. It gives Californians the power to fight fire with fire and beat Trump at his own game. Prop 50 creates temporary emergency congressional maps that level the playing field and protect the power of black votes. Not just in California, but across the country. Your vote matters, and the whole country is counting on California to lead. So use your vote to protect our power, our history, and our future. Vote yes on Prop 50 by November 4th. Ad paid for by Yes on 50, the Election Rigging Response Act, Governor Newsom's Ballot Measure Committee, Ad Committee's top funders, HMP for Prop 50, and Fund for Policy Reform.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery, embrace the company of family and friends, and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
Our communities have been been through too much to let our voices be erased now. Prop 50 is how we push back against the rigged maps, the rising costs, and the attacks on our health care and our rights. I'm Senator Lola Smallwood Cuevas. Join me in voting yes on Prop 50 because we deserve to choose who speaks for us. Ad paid for by California for All of Us, supporting Prop 50. McKenna Ballot Measure Committee. Ad Committee's top funder. Faith votes yes on 50. Sponsored by LA Voice Action and Progressive Era Issues Committee, supporting yes on 50.
Is your loved one at the hospital or in a nursing home? Have they developed bed sores, fallen, or worse? These are things your family members should be protected from. Bed sores, falls, and dehydration are almost always the result of negligent care. If this has happened to your loved one, call Zoran at Basic Law Group at 800-215-1234 or visit basiclawgroup.com. The consultation is free, and if they don't win, you don't pay. That's 800-215-1234.
Find a righteous rage and don't be afraid to say what you see. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
We are, and you are always welcome here at 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. President Trump is in Asia. He told a room full of CEOs at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit that he believes the U.S. is going to get a good deal with China. It will be a good deal for both. We shall see. The mood swings and tariff swings on China have become legendary, and the president is meeting with Xi Jinping on Thursday to talk about the trade war, the tariffs, and probably the most consequential tariff conversation or among them, because if you pay any attention to the little and big things that are in your house, a lot of things are made in China, and that those prices going up, the disintegration of that relationship is a whole problem. So Bill Esayli, remember him? He's Bill Esayli. He was a Republican in the California State Assembly. Of course, we have a super majority of Democrats in California, so this is a man who never passed any bill ever. Like in his time in the Assembly, he passed 0 bills, 0 legislation. During the debacle around reparations last year, Esayli tried to step in the middle and claim that he was going to carry this reparations legislation that was tanked or failed to be brought to the floor by the California Legislative Black Caucus. So Esayli steps in and claims he's going to champion this, which we know is not true, because if you look at his track record, he has been extremely consistent in blocking and voting down anything that would benefit black people. Anything. Money for schools, funding, programs, anything. But yet he claimed he was going to bring legislation around reparations. Didn't do it. Profiled. Tried to act like he was fighting another black member of the legislature. Tried to tell black activists that his name is really Bilal, which it might be, but you changed it to Bill, so now it's Bill. Anyway, he was supported he was appointed by President Trump to be a U.S. attorney, a prosecutor for the Trump administration in Southern California. First thing he did was try to effectively clear the cop, the sheriff deputy who slammed the older American to the floor in the Winco case. He gave him a post-conviction plea deal and kind of created this template where they can go around and remove accountability from law enforcement, so-called law enforcement, from cops. That was his first move. And the other moves that he's made since then have been equally terrible. Well, now a federal judge has disqualified acting U.S. Attorney Bill Esayli from a bunch of cases because the judge decided that he was now in the position illegally. So the way it works is that if the Senate hasn't confirmed an appointee for U.S. prosecutor, the president can appoint them as an interim, but only for 120 days. After that, they have to be either confirmed by the Senate or they have to step down. Well, it's been more than 120 days, and Esayli still keeps coming to work. And this is a situation that happened in Nevada, where a judge already ruled that the Nevada attorney, the prosecutor there, was serving unlawfully. Sigal Chattah is her name, that she had overstayed her temporary appointment. And the same with Alina Habba, the acting U.S. attorney in New Jersey, the woman who arrested my brother, the mayor of Newark, has now been disqualified as well. There's some appeals court hearing Habba's case, and so we could still see a different outcome. But as of right now, these are setbacks for the Trump administration, as judges are saying, no, you don't get to flout the law. And it's particularly salient, I think, because the Trump administration is trying to have their cake and eat it too with this government shutdown. They want to pay the soldiers so he can keep his whatever good standing he has with the military. He wants to, which I think is probably pretty hanging by a thread at this point after the stunt him and Hegseth pulled. But he wants to be able to eliminate the so-called Democrat programs permanently, but still do what he wants to do. He wants to be able to keep his prosecutors in place, even though their appointments are illegal, but he would need the government to come back to confirm them in the Senate. He wants to not confirm the Democratic lawmaker from Arizona, but still be able to keep his appointments in place illegally. So this is an important ruling by the judge, because you can't have it both ways, dude. You can't have it both ways. At the moment, he is having it both ways, but apparently that may be shutting it down. And I hope that these folks will start to see, these people do not have your best interests in mind. I don't understand how you don't see that. But so sometimes I wonder if it's intentional, but if this doesn't open your eyes, maybe something else will. Also, quietly on Monday, the president, Trump, your president, that guy you voted for, he asked the appeals court to overturn his criminal conviction in the hush money case, the one that got him those felonies. So his lawyers are, blah, 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 same thing they always say, saying that the conviction should be thrown out because of the Supreme Court ruling granting him immunity. And that the judge who oversaw that trial should have recused himself because he's made political contributions in the past. Not a thing and not a thing. First of all, that whole Stormy Daniels hush money thing happened before he was president. So how could he have presidential immunity for some stuff he did to get himself elected when he wasn't president yet? But that's the argument they're making. And they're also trying to transfer those state criminal case matters to a federal court, which would mean that the Supreme Court could erase his criminal conviction using the presidential immunity grounds. So he's basically, using every trick in the book to make himself not a felon and to make all of these other cases go away, even if he's got to go after the prosecutors themselves, i.e. Letitia James. So far, he's really he continues to be Teflon Don. 34 felony convictions still in the White House. Very few consequences for being convicted. He still got reelected. He still got no punishment. Yeah, he's a felon, but no one seems to care except a few countries that won't let him in. But if they overturn the case, it'll be like it never happened. Almost like it never happened. And, they're going to try. They're going to keep trying. Our president is nothing if he's not litigious, meaning he will sue to get his way no matter what. Yeah. The president, Argentina got, their president won, Javier Milei, won on Sunday. And this is another win for the Trump administration. And it's interesting. I keep saying, and Rachel Maddow said it too, that the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, has friends and family who have invested in Argentina, which is why we're giving them $20 billion and possibly $40 billion to bail them out. If that doesn't help this president win, I don't know what would. But is that America first? I would argue not. He has won, though. He claims to be a libertarian. And the country's been a whole mess. But somehow, the Trump administration stepping in has helped him to hold on to power. And so, here we go. Here you see where your taxpayer dollars are going. And so far, of the reports I've given, $40 billion to Argentina, paying for Israel, another 100 people, 104 people dead, paying for wars. So far, I don't see how any of those things qualifies to help Americans or put America first. Looking forward to the conversation with writer, director, actor Roger Guenveur-Smith. That is next on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. 25 states are suing the Trump administration over the suspension of food aid during the government shutdown.
100% unequivocally, USDA does not have the $9.2 billion that it would require.
The lawsuit demands the USDA use emergency funds, calling the cutoff illegal and dangerous. Black Dallas principal Chandra Hooper Barnett was removed from Woodrow Wilson High School in Texas after holding a meeting with only black students, blaming them for the school's lower state accountability rating. She later apologized, and the district has named an interim principal while reviewing the incident. And Jay-Z is defending Bad Bunny as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime headliner, saying they love him. Don't let them fool you. Critics, including President Trump, want a different artist, but Jay-Z's Rock Nation and the NFL are standing firm on the Puerto Rican star's selection. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Every day, a child in poverty waits for a sponsor is another day of